Cheep, 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 cheep. What is up, guys? It's Beelman Chief Fan here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a TBR video because that's what all the cool kids are doing. And I want to be like the cool kids. And all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I don't know how else I'm going to start this video besides just hopping right into it. Before I say one thing, I'm going to separate this video into two sections. One with the physical copy books that I have right here, and another is with books that I have on reserve and I just haven't gotten yet from the library, so we'll wait for those later, but I'll talk about them here. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started. The first book that I got is the second Red Dwarf book, Better Than Life, and the first book was fantastic. It was really funny. It was really engaging. The characters were great because it's obviously great. You know, like Lister, Rimmer, Cat, Crichton, all those great characters. But this, I've heard the series just kind of drops in quality a little bit after the second book. Like, I heard the second book is not as good, but still really phenomenal. But then the third and fourth book just kind of go on their own thing. But Red Dwarf, it's incredibly large text. I mean, look at that. It's incredibly large text. And I could probably get through this in a day because it's not that long either with the large text. So, I like Red Dwarf. Don't judge me. The next book that I got is The Crying of Lot 49 by Thomas Pynchon. Thomas Pynchon, spoiler alert for my February book wrap-up video, but I recently read, like about a week and a half ago, I read Gravity's Rainbow, which is like his magnum opus. Oh my god. That book is the best. It is the best. The best book that I've read so far this year. Just drop what you're doing and read Gravity's Rainbow. If you have the time, because it's like a 750-page novel. But, The Crying of Lot 49, I just found it randomly at my school library. Oh yeah, it's a library book. Woo! So, I was really excited to read this. It's not good. It's not good at all. It's just a nothing novel. It is a nothing novel. It is so disappointing. It's such bland, so bland, that it just disappoints me to levels so high that this should have been a masterpiece. Because it's shorter, it makes more sense, but it's not. It's really not, like, at all. But if I at least just got Gravity's Rainbow out of this guy's bibliographies, then I'll be happy. But still, really want to like another Thomas Pynchon book, and I don't think this was the best way to do so, because it's really not that good, like, at all. The next book that I got is A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess, and I'm also reading this right now. And yeah, this is not bland in the slightest. It is absolutely fantastic so far. I'm about a quarter of the way through it. And it's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. You all know the story of four droogs and their adventures through England as they goof around, really violently goof around. And it's like the story of them, like, asking at what cost is everything and what do we do from here, and just, it's so psychological, it's so unclean that it's just so brilliant. It is brilliant. And it has its own, like, lexicon. I know somebody said it was like a certain language, like certain lost language somewhere. I think I heard that somewhere, but I'm just calling it lexicon because I can't really say what language it is, so I'm just going to call it lexicon for now. The lexicon in this book is phenomenal. It is so rich. Like, you can still tell what the words mean. It is that well structured. And it's just, it's not that long, so you can probably get through it. And the text is, it's alright. Not small, not big, whatever. But it's just, read A Clockwork Orange. Don't get it confused with The Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. That is the worst book I've ever read in my life. But, Clockwork Orange, just read it. Is the best. I keep saying every book is the best, but I don't care. Now we're getting to two books that I haven't read yet. Well, one of them is a series, and then I just got the final volume of it. But another one is this. Toni Morrison's Sola. I have not read any Toni Morrison. Yeah. I should probably change that. And I feel like I feel like I'm gonna like this the most. I know I should have gotten Beloved, I know, but Sola just sounded more interesting to me. It's about like this like neighborhood. It's like there's about this small town, and where there's two black kids, I think, and it's the journey of them trying to go with an equal life with white people, I think. I think so. I don't know. All I know about it is that it's about two black kids in a small town. So I'm excited. I'm basically going into this book almost blind. I'm like halfway blind when I'm going into this book. It's like one of my eyes stopped working. But yeah, I really can't wait to get into Sola. And I just realized the text for this book is ginormous. I mean, look at that. That's big text to me. That's big text to me. But Toni Morrison, I really want to like this person. She just looks like such a brilliant writer, and she won the Nobel Prize for Literature, so that should be something. So, Toni Morrison Sola. I'm dragging this on for way too long. Can't wait to read it. And then the next book I read is the second volume of Mouse by Art Spiegelman. The last volume, to be exact. It is brilliant. I loved the first volume of Art Spiegelman's Mouse. It really brought back a feeling that I have not read since The Sandman. An actually great graphic novel. A fantastic graphic novel. It's just brilliant. It is so brilliant that I cannot even believe that something like this exists. But the only problem that I have with the series is that I know Barry, the god over at Baspierre, said the same thing, but the anthropomorphism is kind of pointless. But as well, if you were going to call everything cats and mice, I feel like it would suck a lot of the emotion out, in my honest opinion. I feel like it's done just as well here as it would if they took that metaphor like a whole length further, but Mouse is just phenomenal. If you haven't read Mouse, even if you're not into graphic novels, go read Mouse. It's just fantastic. It's great. What else do I have to say? So that ends the physical copy book pile, and now I'm going to get on to two books that I have reserved on the library. And the first one, actually, first I'm going to just say I'm going to post a picture of the cover, or at least the cover I think I'm getting, right here, somewhere right here. And let me just say, one of these books is major. Like, I have not read this book yet, but I really should have read this a little bit ago, but oh well, I'm reading it now. But the first book I want to talk about before that major book is Geek Love by Catherine Dunn. Geek Love is about this family of carnies, and it's like them in a freak show, and the mother takes, like, drugs to, like, make sure that her babies are born deformed so that she can use them in her freak show. That sounds so disgusting that I think it's going to be good. And plus, I've heard just amazing things about the book. I just heard that it's strangely beautiful, which, if it is, then it's going to be brilliant, but I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Geek Love by Catherine Dunn. It looks interesting. And I've been really getting into contemporary novels lately, and I feel like this is like the weird hybrid of surrealist contemporary, and it looks insane, guys. It looks insane. And I can't wait to devour this book. The next book, and the final book of the video, is by far the most important book out of the pile. More important than Mouse, more important than like a Clockwork Orange. That is, I'm going to be finally reading Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. I know I'm pretty young to be reading Nabokov, but I don't care. I think I'll understand it. But Nabokov just seems so well done. It seems so well done that to the point where I feel like I'm not going to enjoy it. I feel like I'm just going to be more like, oh, I can appreciate this, but I don't really enjoy it. I feel like that's how I'm going to feel with Lolita. So I don't know what to say. You guys all know it. It's about a man who strangely falls in love with a young girl. That's pretty much the story. And it's a psychological drama. It's really, really, really famous. I mean, Stanley Kubrick made a movie adaptation of it. It's that famous, but Nabokov just looks like an author I'll love, but I just want to take my time with them, and I feel like I'm at the perfect time to read Lolita with my mindset and everything. But yeah, Lolita. It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be disturbing. You know what? I feel like it's just an important novel to read. So I'm gonna be reading Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. So that was the video, guys. Tell me what you guys are going to be reading in the comments below, because I would like to know. So I'm not going to drag out this outro any longer. I'm Mega Man Chief Fan, and I'll see you later, guys.